discuss it already. Na-discuss ko lang yung before. So, brush up lang natin. Mabilis lang yung netiquettes. And this will serve as reminder. Yung iba kasi nakakalimot kung ano ba yung mga proper netiquettes when it comes on. So, item number 4 will be the correspondences and mode of learning. Alam niyo na yan. Number 5 will be the course requirements. So, start na ako. Andiyan na number 1. Distance learning. So, bullet number 1. I want all of you to learn at your own pace in a limited amount of time. So, yung limited amount of time na yon, semester. Ngayong semester na to. So, alam ko kasi yung iba is busy. Hindi ko alam kung bakit busy. But, kasing tao na may episodes, gusto ko matuto bukas. Gusto ko matuto. I respect you and I respect that episodes na may times talaga sa buhay natin na tinatamad tayo sa mga bagay-bagay. So guys, alam ko na these times are hard. Ayan nga, COVID. Kung sa physical classes nga nahihirapan na kayong mag-grasp yung explanation or yung topic in any subject, what more pa dito sa distance learning, intangible yung mga actions as well as hindi nyo siya masyadong ma-explore. So, I want to be pressure, hindi ako mag-ganon ka-dami mag-activities, and alam nyo naman na isa lang yung class requirement ko and pinapasa siya at the end of the semester. So, ayun, no graded attendance required. So, same lang tayo dati, same lang. Kung pumasok kayo sa online class, wait lang. Pumasok man kayo sa online class or hindi, hindi ko naman nire-record yung attendance nyo and hindi naman ng ating graded. So, bullet number 3, wala ring graded recitation required kasi nga naman na lugi yung iba. Walang stable connection and alam ko naman na meron talaga mga less fortunate na walang data, so that ayun, wala tayong grade. Bullet number 3, yung bullet number 4, wala tayong graded oral reports. Medyo mahirap kasi magpa-oral report. So, ayun. And bullet number, based dun sa guidelines na nirelease ni PUP last 2020, meron tayong minimum of 6 sessions or online video conferencing. So, na-experience naman na before na kung nga yung mga online conferencing kasi nire-record ko na yung video. So that, pwede nyo siyang i-pause and i-play, i-pause and i-play para mas mag-gets yung explanation sa topics. Ngayon siguro, magpapa-online video conferencing ako. Madalang lang din naman. And I'll announce the frequency kung chat. So, basahin nyo yung mga nakasulat doon sa group chat. So, please take time to read. Ayan. And gusto ko kasi may online meetings tayo ba. This is also to remind you na meron kayong klase. Yung iba kasi yung iba kasi meron talagang tao na kailangan i-remind. Once again, hindi oras ko yung sasayang dito and hindi rin ako yung magbe-benefit dito kayo. Swerte kayo dahil ayun, online and medyo considerate yung mga when it comes to giving grades. Pero kung regular semester to tapos walang pandemic, alam niyo naman, so meaning yung mga subject nyo ngayon will be your fundamentals. So majors na yan. Major nyo na yan. Huwag nyong baliwalain tong route surveying dahil magagamit sa trabaho. And railway engineers kayo, maraming applications ng surveying or route surveying sa railway. Last bullet for the item number 1, this does respect you and I respect your rest time as well as study time. So kapag mag-video conferencing tayo, during class hours only. So meron lang slight negotiation sa schedule natin kasi sa 2-1 is 3 to 6. So pina-adjust ko naman sa depth, ginawa ko ng 6 to 9 so that sabay na si 2-1 tsaka si 2-2. So let's move on to item number 2. Ito yung DOJ advisory on the conduct of online classes using online video conferencing services dated 22 September 2020. So, reiterate ko lang si DOJ naglabas ng guide dapat ng online classes without sacrificing yung yung safety nyo and security ng mga estudyante. So, ayan, sinamarise ko lang dito. I-accept daw yung participants request to join individually. Ako naman yung nag-accept. So it's my call. And I think okay tayo dyan. Bullet number is to provide a standard naming instruction for participants such as surname, comma, first name, comma, middle initial. So guys, nag-announce ako sa group chat natin. And I apologize for the late notice. Medyo late na nakapasok yung iba. Actually, tinapos ko lang talaga yung adjustment period so that medyo mahirap kasi yung putol-putol. Ang daming holidays last week. Ayan. Ngayon, pagbibigyan ko kayo dahil yun nga, late notice. Pero basahin niyo yung instruction ko doon regarding sa naming convention when joining meetings. Surname yung mauna, then first name. Bullet number 3, start meeting participants, video camera turned off. So guys, kung minsan kasi, ayan, may mga unforeseen conditions tayo na hindi natin namamalayan na bukas pala yung camera natin and may makikita ka. Guys, please be careful na when joining meetings, laging yung i-turn off yung cameras nyo. Kasi yun, baka may makita kaming hindi dapat makita. Anyway, bullet number 4, require passwords for participants. Actually, in-announce ko na kay Mr. Moneda and Mr. Ed Naval. Tama. Sila ata yung class representatives ng 2122. So, thank you guys for disseminating my instruction. So, ayan. May password sa Zoom meeting ang gagamitin natin. Yung password na yun, yun pa rin yung gagamitin natin ng password. So, tandaan na lang siya. And 5th, mute participants upon entry. So, guys, ako, advice ko lang sa inyo, kayo na yung mag-mute sa sarili nyo before joining the meeting. Baka kasi may mga unnecessary participants. So please mute yourselves upon entry. And 6th bullet, disable desktop screen share for participants who are not assigned as host of this meeting. So, ako lang naman yung host. I will be the one always. Ako lang yung mag-screen share. So, that's it. Yung public advisory ng DOJ on how to conduct online classes. So, ito naman is contact numbers ng Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, the National Bureau of Investigation, Cybercrime Division, and the Department of Justice Cybercrime, Office of the Cybercrime. Ayan. So guys, if feeling nyo meron phishers, hackers that might harm you personally or get your personal data, maganda to na meron kayong reference ng mga contact na pagsusumbungan. So, keep this one. Ayan, print screen nyo or ilista nyo. This will help. Hindi natin alam. So, ayun, I think that's good for agenda number 2. Ito na tayo, agenda number 3. Actually, itong 10 na trim down lang nila sa 10 for faster reading. And in-announce ko na to, yung pinaka-summary nito. Pinaka-brief summary niya sa groups natin. So, please read it, guys. So, already discuss ko pa rin. The first netiquette that every online class and every student must know, no yelling please. Typing in all capital letters is inappropriate. Ayan. So, alam nyo naman na common practice or common norm sa atin na kapag nag-type tayo ng all caps, meaning extreme yung emotions na pinup-cap. So, not all people do that, but it is a basic or common norm. Dito sa online class natin, just a reminder, please, wag kayo mag-type ng all caps. Dapat yung tone natin. So that hindi ma-misinterpret ng communicator, ng receiver, or ng listener yung gusto nyong iparating. Facial expressions as well as physical gestures natin is also a medium ng communication. Meaning, parameter siya para dun sa convey. So, dahil nga online classes tayo, meron tayong barrier doon, hindi natin siya makikita yung gesture ng tao or yung emotions. Maybe, mas malaki yung chance na ma-misinterpret niya yung gusto natin. Bullet number 2 for the 10 etiquettes. Sarcasm can and will backfire. So, ano ba ang pinaka-basic na explanation dito? Please and always be direct to the point. Kasi nga, as I was saying, connected to sa etiquette number 1, kapag sarcastic ka, the listener or the receiver ng gusto they might misunderstand it. So as much as possible, I recommend na maging direct to the point na lang kayo. Huwag na kayo maging sarcastic. Out of 10, don't abuse the chat box. Again, this is just a reminder, na-discuss ko na ito sa inyo dati. Do not distract your classmates with off-topic discussion. So, off-topic discussions, pwede naman kayong gumawa ng sariling group chat and doon kayo mag-chat. Kaya ako naman kasi ginawa yung group chat natin, yung Telegram group chat natin, so that we can have discussions related to our topic and related learning and related sa route surveying. Minsan kasi magiging useful yung tanong na estudyante, he or she has a similar case, kung sino man na gusto rin niyang itanong. So, mababasa niya doon. Hindi madaling matabunan ng mga discussions. Fourth netiquette of 10, attempt to find your own answer, google.com. Guys, I remind you, so mas maganda talaga na you have your own initiative in finding hindi naman kasi all the time mabibigay ng professor yung right explanation or right way na fit dun sa learning mo or na off or hindi maintindihan ng iba but mabilis maintindihan ng iba. May mga ganun talaga. So, it is always best na meron kayong initiative na to attempt to find your own answer. Google.com, maraming search engines dyan. And pwede naman kayo magtanong sa akin. Alam niyo naman na sumasagot ako ng mga questions. Ayan. I'm approachable, guys. Message nyo lang ako or mag-message sa group. Mas maganda mag-message sa group kasi mas makikita ko pag kasi natatabunan. The fifth nugget, so the fifth netiquette, stop grammar time, no grammar. Sa class natin, wala munang grammar Nazi. Okay lang, okay, acceptable na yung mga grammatically incorrect na sentences as well as messages. As long as naiintindihan ng communicator siya ng listener receiver, okay na yun. Tagalog, kung gusto nyo Tagalog, okay sa akin. The 6 out of 10 netiquette. Set a respectful tone. A certain level of formality is still expected in your communication with instructors. So, tinanggal ko yung still. So, tinanggal kasi I want you guys to always embody within yourselves yung respect nyo sa ibang tao and respect nyo sa sarili nyo. Kahit sino yung kausap mo with others. Ayan. So, hindi lang during classes, but throughout your life, you must be respectful. The set of 10 etiquettes. Submit files the right way. Naming conventions should be implemented. So, yung naming convention natin, i-announce ko. So, same arrangement lang din we had last year. Submissions natin ng course requirements. The 8 out of 10 etiquette. So, read first. Ako, I want to scratch and palitan ko siya, dagdagan ko siya ng understand. So, reading is not recommended. It's always read and understand. So, magbasa muna kayo. Then, continue within yourselves. So, kung hindi naintindihan, basahin na paulit-ulit. That's it. Read first. Before yung read first and understand. So, meron kasing iba na na-construct sa isip niya and gusto niyang itanong sa group. And meron siyang messages na hindi pa nababasa. So, might as well i-backread mo muna. Isipin mo, baka natanong na to so that 9 out of the 10 etiquettes. Think before you type. So, tama, same lang yan sa, sa think before you click and think before you speak. Always think before you type. May mga bagay kasi na hindi na natin mababawi. And every month, isipan natin yung mga sasabihin natin. Number 10, the last netiquette na gusto kong share sa inyo today is to be kind and professional. Maintain kindness and respect. Ayan, same lang din naman yan dun sa 6th netiquette, I think, yung respect. So, always be kind and professional. So, if halimbawa, ganito, ganyan, others might think na stupid yung question niya. But please don't think that way. Hindi tayo lahat ay nabiyayaan ng gift. And others have trouble understanding what's the meaning or what's the lesson. So, guys, please be kind and professional. Gagaya ng utak nyo na mas mabilis makagets. So, please respect when making comments. Walang stupid na question. Lahat tayo dito ay gusto lamang matuto. 10 etiquettes for online classes. Ito naman yung 4th agenda ng class orientation natin will be the correspondences and the mode of learning. Okay. Announcements will be made in the Telegram group chat. So, I think I made my explanatory naman to. Na lahat ng announcements or correspondences na pag-uusap natin will be made on Telegram group chat. Kung may reklamo kayo sa grades or may gusto kayong itanong topic, chat mo lang sa group chat and I'll be happy to serve you na sagutan yung mga tanong nyo or clarify yung mga concerns nyo. Ayan. Number 4, submission of class requirements is through email. Same arrangement lang din tayo before sa inyo sa email ko. I think nag-send na ako ng email ko sa group chat. Kung wala pa, sige, isa-send ko na lang. But bago na email ko ang mga class requirements. So, the bullet number 3, video lectures will be uploaded to YouTube. So, same arrangement lang din tayo. Mag-YouTube, mag-pre-record ako. Upload ko sa YouTube. May kagaya yun dahil ayun nga, you can pause, you can play, and depende yun sa level ng retention, pwede nyo balik-balikan. Kasi kapag live lecture, mabilis akong mag-explain. Kaya, ito, ganito. ang explanation dyan, kaya kayo nabibilisan or medyo naglalag sa isip nyo yung topics na dinidiscuss. Bago kasi sa inyong pandinig. Hindi pa siya kagad mag-grasp nung understanding nyo. So kapag inulit-ulit nyo siya, mas maiintindihan nyo. Ayan. So, na kayo ng oras, then nabalikan nyo na siya. Ganito pala. Ganito. Nagigets ko na. Mas madali na siyang magets kasi hindi na siya bago sa isipan nyo. So, ito, the agenda ng ating class orientation will be the course requirements. So you may submit the course requirements within the second semester period anytime as long as you finish. This includes midterms, finals, if any. So kung ano yung sasubmit nyo sa akin, i-discuss ko naman later on, next dito. And thank you guys. End ko lang yung presentation that we can have some Q&A. May mga tanong ba kayo?
Sir, good evening po.
Good evening, Francis. Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, ask ko lang po ulit. Kasi sir, nasa correspondence mode po ako.
Yes.
Pwede po kaming lumipat sa online mode, sir?
Oo, pwede naman. Mag-submit lang kayo ng katulad ng ginagawa ng online sa email ko.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you then. Thank you for the question. Anything else? May naguguluhan ba? Anyway, yung schedule pala ng online classes natin for both DCVET 2.1 and DCVET 2.2 route surveying and earthworks. Tanong pa ba, guys? Tanong nyo na, so para hindi na kayo naguguluhan.
Sir, good evening po. Edson Naval from DCV. Sir, di po yung ano po, yung 1:30 to 3:30 po namin, di-disregard na po namin, sir.
Yes, sir. Ito talaga yung lesson proper natin. 3 to 6
Sige
Friday.
po.
And magaling yung ginawa ni Mr. Naval na and nagpakilala siya from what section. So that we can I can distinguish kung sino yung kausap ko. Salamat, Mr. Ed. Anything else? May question pa kayo? So I think okay na. Okay na siguro. So I'll move on to the second part ng ating agenda for presentation for today. So ang second part, basic lang, di-discuss ko lang syllabus as well as the instructional material and outline. Okay, may tanong dito, nag-direct message na siya. So, paano daw malalaman kung on so I think kayo amongst yourselves pumili kayo. But sige, siguro I'll have another ilalagay ko sa group chat yung I'll just know that. Magbibigay ako ng list sa groups ni sino rin yung that sa inyo na online kayo or correspondence kayo. I hope that clarifies your concern. You'll know it kapag in-announce ko sa group chat. So, I think okay na yun. on to the second agenda, second part. Set up ko lang guys. So, welcome ulit sa Route Surveying and Earthworks. So, ito yung instruction. So, please download it. Naka-PDF naman siya, easily readable. Ano ba ang Route Surveying and Earthworks? So, to give you an overview of this course and first, the fundamental principles of curves as utilized in roads. Kung bakit ang pag-uusapan natin dito. Basically, kung paano siya inaaral, paano siya ginagawa, paano siya nakakonstruct, paano nililayout yung roads, yung highways, etc. Bridges. Ayan. Proofs as well as methods ng surveying employed dito sa mga roads and highways na to. You think pwede naman kumuha ng highways na diretso lang, bakit kini-curve up? Or bakit kailangan may liko? Bakit kailangan may pataas? May pababa? Dito natin i-discuss. And ayan pala, road, highway, and earthworks. So the elements of circular curves, parabolic curves, and spiral curves will be studied, and passing side distance in vertical and horizontal of cut and volume of fill. Kasi di ba kapag gumagawa tayo ng daan, wala namang straight na terrain, di ba? Yung bundok nga, ginagawa natin daan. Ginawa natin siyang daan, steep siya, hindi siya flat. So, gagawin natin siya flat. Yun yung trabaho natin as engineers, na safe. So, yung cut and yung fill, ano lang naman yun, hukay tsaka tambak. Or tatanggalin mo or tsaka tatambakan. Yun lang yun. Volume up by end area method, volume diagram. Hole and mass diagram will be covered. Yung route surveying and earthworks, kung talagang regular season and hindi ko siya tututukan. Guys, isa itong major na engineering, route surveying. Ayan. Ang outline para natin sa route surveying and earthworks will be composed hindi natin to i-discuss of simple curves. Kung makikita nyo rito, meron siyang link na ng YouTube video as supplementary dun sa mga videos na ibibigay lectures natin. And chapter 2 will be the compound curves. Actually, it is derived from simple curves also kung nabasa nyo sa topic. Chapter 3 will be reverse curve. Chapter 4 will be vertical curves. And chapter 5 will be asymmetrical parabolic curves. So, itong vertical curves and asymmetrical parabolic curves, connected yan. Those are vertical curves. And yung details, makikita nyo naman sa I. And i-explain ko rin naman all throughout. Itong vertical curves na chapter, discussion of symmetrical parabolic curves. Yung parabola, ginagawa natin dyan. Kung maiisip nyo, there's math and there's geometry behind. Yun yung dapat fundamental nyo, dapat magaling kayo. Or dapat familiar kayo sa geometry. And, yeah. 6 kasi hindi natin siya di-discuss. Yung chapter 6 natin will be spiral curves. So, dyan yung mga clotoid, line-split, cubic parabola, etc. Full curves, compound curves, and reverse curves. Circles lang yan, arcs of circles. Dito naman sa vertical curves and asymmetrical parabolic curves, from the name itself, parabola. Then as parabola. Dito sa spiral curve, minsan tinatawag din itong transition or Eastman curve. Bakit ito kailangan? I-discuss ko rin. So, yung character, yun nga, clonoid, cubic spiral, MSK, etc. Chapter 7 will be Earthworks. Chapter 8 will be Hall and Mass Diagram. So kung mapapansin yung module, kompleto naman siya. Please read it. Meron tong mga objectives, meron course material, mga kailangan yung tandaan, may formularization naman siya, madali siyang maintindihan, and most especially, meron siyang illustrations. And meron computations, weekly or monthly. Ang gusto ko lang is magbasa ng course requirement within the end of the semester, which is nandito sa dulo. Ayan, kung makikita nyo, kompleto naman siya ng illustrations as well as ayan, as sample problems. Itong practice problems, kung gusto nyo mag-solve within your own, may sagot naman dyan, mapapractice kayo dyan. And ito na nga yung ito, the long exams and the final exam. So this will be part of your course requirement na ipapasa nyo sa akin through email at the end of the semester. So, yan nga, long exam and final exams. Ang instructions lang ay 3 basic instructions. Instruction number 1, long exams are problem-solving exams. So, kapag problem-solving, matik, may solution. So, instruction number 2, write your computations on short bond papers. So, guys, dahil nga long exam to, meaning, length yung ine-expect ko sa inyo na you'll work on it hand in hand, na walang ma-omit na solution within your solution. Kasi minsan, kine-check ko yung exam nyo isa-isa actually. Pare-parehas ng process, pare-parehas ng lines, pare-parehas ng kung paano nakuha. So, matik. Hindi ko naman yun din-discourage. Actually, good thing yun na nagtutulungan kayo as a student. But, sana gamitin nyo to as a tool for further learning. Sabi ko nga, itong online classes natin, hindi naman oras yung sasayang eh. If ever man na mag-slack time, oras at opportunity nyo yung nasasayang. Sinasabi ko nga na itong route surveying, gamitin sa trabaho. So, kayo ng career sa engineering as well as construction, gamit niyo to. So, write your computations and short bond papers as I was. And again, to add, as nagtutulungan, okay lang sa akin yun. I know that. But, I will be the judge of your work. Kung sa tingin, shortcut nyo lang so that meron kayong mapasa, medyo maghihigpit ako sa ganun. Ayoko kasi na yung iba naghirap tapos yung iba okay lang. And wala man lang ginawang hard sweat dito sa kumbaga no sweat yung ginawa sa instructional material. Anyway, alam niyo na yun. Self-explanatory. Ayoko maging nagger dito na parang tuya or power. Always reminding you of what you must do. Alam niyo na yan, college na kayo. Thirdly, exams are to be submitted at the end of the semester. I already explained this one. End ng semester, may cut-off tayo. So mostly, 12 a.m. yon. Mabilis na yung internet nun. I think wala na akong reason kung bakit hindi kayo nakapag-pass on time. Ano pa lang, first topic pa lang natin is pag-asa within the semester. Dito naman end, okay lang. Okay lang kung mas mabilis yung natapos, i-send nyo sa akin so that I can assess. And anong essence na kapag mas mabilis kayong nagpasa? Meaning nun, mabilis din kayo magkakagay, hindi kayo magkakaroon ng problems kapag mag-enroll na kayo sa third year sa subjects. So, ayan, may long exam number 1, long exam number 2, long exam number 3, long exam number 4, and final exam. So, itong exams na to, itong 5 exams nyo will be the basis, the sole basis of your grades. Announce ko na lang siguro kung ilan yung mga percentages. Minsan kasi, ina-adjust ko yung mga percentages so that makuha yung classmate. Ayan. Para hindi naman magkaroon ng outlier na so and yan, basta ito yung pagkukunan nyo ng mga grades. I think that's it for the second part. May pa kayo? Walang tanong? So kung everyone, so to please turn on your camera, picture taking lang tayo. Kung medyo intermittent yung signal, I'm requesting everyone to please turn on your cameras. Picture taking lang po tayo. Okay, sa mga walang cam, okay lang siguro. Ayan, so picturean ko muna yung first page. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Medyo naglalag eh. Kaya lang natin ah. Ayan, yung mga picture mo, mag-open ng camera. So, I think okay na yun. You can turn off your camera now. And kung yung gustong bukas lang ng camera niya, okay lang din. Ayun, tapos na tayo sa chapter, first part and second part ng ating discussion for today. So, we'll move on to the third part ng ating discussion, which is lesson proper. So, didiscuss ko na ngayon yung simple curve. So, I apologize na, disclaimer na kagad na medyo mabilis yung nagawa akong presentation and derivation ng formulas. So, huwag magalala dahil after naman netong meeting na to is ibibigay ko naman yung copy nung recorded na lecture so that then you can play pause or slow down the explanation dun sa aking videos. So, yung lesson proper natin ngayon will be composed of 2 parts. Siyempre, yung introduction as well as yung mga discussion points. I-discuss natin sa lesson 1. And yung next lesson will be the problem solving. So, yung unang lesson, unang part is recorded, is hindi recorded. So, magla-live lecture ako. Ayun, please bear with it. May papanood ako sa inyong discussion video. So, share screen. Turning off my camera. Naririnig ba ako?
Opo, sir.
Thank you. Pasabi pag hindi naririnig yung audio, ipi-play ko na siya.
Wala po atang audio.
And sorry. Ayan, meron na ba? Introduction to simple curves. Use these measuring tools in our everyday lives. Ginagamit natin siya sa mga small project natin. We use this protractor in getting tayo, calculator for computations, and triangles in creating isometric drawings. But pag we need to create something bigger. Mahina ba yung audio? Teka, itin ko lang. Set. Bridges, roads or expressways, railways. Hi guys, welcome to our first chapter, which is Introduction to Simple Curves. We use these measuring tools in our everyday lives. Ginagamit natin. We use this protractor in getting angles kapag nag-drawing tayo. We need to lay some bigger, like bridges, roads or expressways, and dams. How do we do that? We do that by the use of surveying. Pero ano nga ba yung surveying? Surveying is the science of making relatively large-scale measurements, big measurements. It is the determination of existing relative horizontal
such as that used for the process of mapping and establishment of marks to control construction or to indicate land boundaries. Nagamit natin siya sa construction, sa pagsunlupa, and yung positioning natin sa Earth. Route surveying is a branch of surveying, and it is a survey which determine the alignment, grades, and earthworks quantities necessary for the location and construction of engineering projects. This includes railways, drainage canals, pipelines, transmission lines, and other civil engineering projects that do not close upon the point of beginning. Mostly in road surveying projects. Road and railroad curves. This is an example of road pero imaginary. Bakit? Kasi kung ipuput natin yan in real life, wala namang ganyang daan. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo po rin straight lines, and kapag gusto mo, ang totoo talagang road curve or kurbada is ito. Bakit nga ba introduce yung kurbada? Yung mga yan. Curves are introduced to avoid abrupt change of direction between two straight, both in horizontal and vertical plane. Ang curves introduce yan kumanan sa horizontal plane at umakyat at bumaba naman sa vertical plane. Ano nga ba yung curves? In highways, railways, or canals, the curves are smooth or gradual change in direction due to the nature of terrain, cultural features, or other unavoidable reasons. In highway practice, deliberately on a straight route, break the monotony in driving on long straight route or to avoid accidents. So yung curves pala in highways or roads ay hindi lang comfort, dinesign rin siya for safe purposes. This is the horizontal curve in kaliwa at kanan, yung ng direction niya. The vertical curve naman is yung baba tsaka taas. Sa vertical plane yung tingin natin. Taas ng kotse. Yan, vertical curve yan. Let's dig more on horizontal curves. Curves provided in the horizontal plane are known as curve, and generally it is characterized into circular, transition, or combination of the two. The circular curves, horizontal curves are made up of an arc of a circle. Ang example niyan ay simple, compound, or reverse curves. Lagi niyong tandaan na are made up of arc of a circle. Cut out siya sa arc ng circle with a given radius. Transition curves naman ay cubic parabola, clotoid, cubic spiral, or lemniscate. Tinatawag rin tong Eastman curve when changing direction from a straight line to a circular curve. Pwede rin naman siyang combination ng dalawa. What is a horizontal simple curve? This is an example of horizontal simple curve. For example, these tangent lines are straight and mahirapang kalumiko kapag ganyan yung ginawa niya. So, curves are introduced. An horizontal simple curve is an arc of a circle that joins two tangents together. It is provided in the road to impose curve between two straight tangent lines. It is most commonly used for highways and railroad construction. What is a horizontal compound curve? A compound curve is just a combination of simple curves. It is composed of two or more consecutive simple curves having different radii, but whose center lie on the same side of the curve. While horizontal reverse curve naman is composed of two consecutive circular simple curves having a common tangent opposite side of the curve. Horizontal transition curve on the other hand, sinasabi ko kanina, from straight line, meron kang transition curve or easement curve, and yun nga yung arc of a circle, then transition curve. It is a curve of varying radius of infinity at tangent point to a designed circular curve radius straight and circular path in order that the centrifugal force was gradual. This is known as easement curves. Sa driving ko na-experience yun na kung biglang analwa nyo. Meron kasing tinatawag na inertial force na makakapagpaalis sa atin dun sa roads, pupunta tayo sa gilid. Yun yung curves. Let's go to our first lesson, named Simple. Simple curves consist of a single arc of circle connecting two straights. It's a radius of same magnitude all throughout. What are the elements of a simple curve? Is the radius that defines the curve or the arc of a circle. Next is the tangent, the back and forward. In simple curve kasi, T1 or the back tangent is equal to the forward tangent. We can notate this two as T. Dahil tangent siya sa radius and touching circle at one point. This is the back tangent and this is the forward tangent. This is the angle of intersection I. And this is also the angle of intersection I. Or I. Therefore, this angle here is 180 minus I.
Guys, kung sino man yun, please have some respect sa another participants. Be vigilant kung na-unmute nyo yung sarili nyo or sinadya yung i-unmute yung sarili nyo. Yan. Please, guys, be vigilant sa class natin. Please respect others. Itutuloy ko na yung lesson.
Looking at the rhombus formed by back tangent, forward tangent, radius, and another radius, you know that the rhombus is 360 degrees, but these angles are 90 and 90, therefore 180. The only left is 180 degrees. With that, malalaman mo na this is also I. This is the point of curvature PC where the this is PI or the point of intersection of the two tangents. This is the point of tangency where the curve ends. From the midpoint of the curve up to the point of intersection, you will call that as external distance. Note that this is long, or this is the distance from PC up to PT, long chord. The middle ordinate from midpoint of the curve PC to PT up to the midpoint of the line LC or the called middle ordinate notated by letter M. And the length of the curve, or the length of the curve from PC to PT, as LC sub U, or the length of the curve. The elements of simple curve are not just LDR geometric measurements, and they have corresponding formulas that defines the curve. First thing is R, ang pinakamahalaga, that radius or R is either given or determined using degree of curve. What is a degree of curve? Degree of curve is an angle that indicates the degree of sharpness of the curve. Tayong dalawang basis in getting a degree of curve. First basis is the arc basis, meaning the degree of the curve is the angle subtended by an arc length. I'll give you an illustration. We know that simple curve or horizontal simple curve is made up of an arc of a circle of given radius. Sabi dito, using arc base, this arc length has a length of 20 meters. And the angle subtended by that arc is the degree of the curve in degrees. We know that the full circumference of the circle over the full rotation of the circle, 360 degrees, is equals to the length of the arc or arc length over the subtended angle, D. That yields to a formula, R is equals to 1145 over D. Paano natin nakuha yun? That is just, that will yield to 3,600 over pi 1145.9156 over D. Next basis is the chord basis. It means that the degree of the curve is of 20 meters or 100 feet. Yung 100 feet yan sa English units. Sa SI units is we use 20 meters. Same with the arc basis. Yan din, circular with given radius. Sabi lang doon ang kaibahan, this is 20 arc length. Yung 20 naman sinasabi, kapag sa problem, walang sinabing basis kung ano yung kinuha niya sa degree of the curve, automatic we will use the arc basis. Note that one full station is equals to 20 meters. Another element naman that we will get is the T, or the back tangent. Pero simple curve naman to, yung forward and back tangent are equal, numerically equal. Dahil symmetrical naman yung simple curve natin. We will use this graphic. Tinanggal muna natin yung mga makalat ibang elements para ma-visualize natin and makuha natin yung formula ng tangent. We know that this is from that, we can get tangent or T is equals to R tangent I over 2. Paano natin nakuha yun? We know that this is I over, this is I, and this bisects curve and long chord. That's I over 2. From trigonometry, the tangent of the acute angle of a right triangle is equals to side over adjacent side. Rearranging, makukuha mo na kagad yung T is equals to R tangent I over 2. Element naman is the E, or the external distance. Tanggalin natin yung mga makalat. We know that these are from earlier, and this is also center. And we know that this is I over 2 from earlier also. External distance E is provided by the formula. E is equals to R times the quantity of secant I over 2 minus 1. So natin nakuha yun. From the same triangle we used earlier, cosine of the acute angle of a right triangle is equals to the ratio of its adjacent side over the hypotenuse. We know that and this is E. So the hypotenuse of the right triangle PC, PI, and the center is R plus E. And we get that ratio R over R. And 1 over cosine I over 2 is equals to the secant I over 2. Putting R on the right-hand side, we left E is equals to R all over cosine I over 2 minus R. And factoring common R. Therefore, E is equals to R 1 over 1. Next element is the long chord. It is the distance from PC to PT. Tanggalin muna natin yung halat. And let's derive. We know this is R from earlier. And this is the one we draw, R plus E. And that bisects the long chord. And this is I over 2. That chord is perpendicular to this line. Realizing this triangle PC, this point and the center, the long chord C is equals to 2R times the sine of I over 2. We know that the sine of the acute angle of a right triangle opposite side over the hypotenuse. In our case, this is the hypotenuse because this is the right angle. Rearranging our sine I over 2 is equals to LC over 2. Therefore, LC is equals to 2 r sine I over 2. Another element, M, is the middle ordinate. It's the distance from the midpoint of the arc and midpoint of the long chord. We know this R from earlier and LC over 2 earlier. We know that from this point up to the center is R. And this one is M. Therefore, this one to the center is R minus M. This is I over 2 and this is 90 degrees. Therefore, the middle ordinate M is equals to R times 1 minus cosine I over 2. We know that trigonometry, the cosine of the acute angle of a right triangle is equals to the ratio of its adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Rearranging, cosine I over 2 is equals to R minus M. Therefore, M times the quantity 1 minus cosine I over 2. How do we get the length of the curve? The length of the curve from PC to P or LC sub U is equals to R times I in degrees times pi over 180. Saan galing yan? Galing yan sa length to S is equals to R times theta, where theta is in radians. We can deduce that LCU or LC sub U length and I is equals to the central angle. How about the stationing of the curve? Uso kasi yan sa atin sa highways. Kailangan natin ng stationing. Stationing here is plus MMM. So halimbawa, station natin sa Manila, Luneta Park, 0 plus 000. Ang formulas naman natin, lagi mo tandaan, the starting always at PC or the start curve or the point of commencement or the point of curvature. Stationing ng PC is equals to the stationing of PI, the tangent distance, back tangent. Stationing naman ng PT is equals to the stationing of PC plus the length of the curve. Kung gusto mo naman mag-locate ng along the curve, halimbawa dito, kunin mo yung corresponding length of curve niya, then i-add mo lang dun sa PC to get that point or the stationing of that. What is curve ranging? Curve ranging is the method we use to plot a simple curve on site. Halimbawa, gusto nating i-plot itong simple curve na to sa one ng daan. How do we do that? A curve set of points. If you want to lay out a simple curve on the field, you must locate this set of points along the curve. This is to plot that points in regular intervals. Yung interval, bahala ka na. And to trace it. The more points you set, the more accurate yung methods of laying out a simple curves. First one is the deflection angle method. And second one is the offset from tangent method. Paano yun? Bago natin siya i-discuss, muna further dun sa simple curves and its geometric properties. Itong I will be the angle of intersection. And with that, what is this? What is the value of this? We know that this T, the back tangent, is equals to forward tangent. Para silang T. Imagining PC, PI, and PT, that triangle, PC, PI, isosceles triangle because it has a equal legs. Therefore, these angles are equal. But what are their values? You know that. Please try to recall yung exterior angle theorem. Exterior angle theorem asks that
Clarify ko lang guys, your angle theorem, applicable lang to sa mga triangles. And I think that clarifies it. Remote exterior angle theorem. Play ko na ulit yung video.
the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two opposite angles. This is the exterior angle and this is the remote or the opposite interior angles. And if this is an isosceles triangle and these are equal and their sum is I, therefore their values are I over 2 and over 2. Imagine you want to plot this point along the curve. And from PC, you will try to get the line of sight of that point. By deflection angle method, you will get the deflection angle from the tangent up to the line of sight. By offset from the tangent method, you can measure an offset distance, say x, perpendicular to the back tangent t, and locate that point. So either use the angular method or linear measurement method or the offset. You can create set of long are the formula for deflection angle. By ratio in proportion, the deflection angle over the arc length, yung arc length na na-cover from PC up to this point is equals to I over 2 over from PC to PT. Therefore, the deflection angle is equals to the arc length, yung arc length na na-cover from PC to this point, well over the LCU or LC sub U or the arc length from PC to PT multiplied by the angle I over angle. That is the end of our introduction and derivation of formulas of simple curve. We will now use it in problem solving in the next videos.
Hello guys. So what can you say about our first topic? Medyo mabilis ba? Yan. Thank you dun sa mga actually, medyo mabilis nga. Actually, it was designed kasi talaga na pre-recorded so that you can you can play and then pause, para mas maintindihan niyo yung explanation. And anyway, after our meeting today, isasend ko rin para yung video para mapag-aralan. Siguro apply na muna natin dun sa problem solving natin. Please wait a bit. Set up ko lang yung PowerPoint. So, naririnig ko, emphasis ko lang tong curve ranging na sinasabi. As a surveyor, halimbawa, pupursue kayo ng sa surveying. Halimbawa, land surveyor ka or surveyor ka, project mo horizontal, which is a bridge, a road, or a highway. Ang mo ng boss mo or the owner or the consultant, iutos niya sir na gusto ko mag-layout ka ng isang road, ng isang simple curve. Survey ka muna, gagamitin mo yung mga natutunan mo sa surveying before, ili-layout mo tong points PC, PT, and PI. Magsa-set up ka ng control points. Control points yung talagang right term sa kanya. So, yung control points na yun, that is fixed control points, reference points mo. So, if you want to layout as a simple curve, sabi ko kanina sa explanation, you need to plot series of points. Diba? Di mo naman kasi mapaplot yung circular or yung curve. Ang pinaka-technique dyan is you need to lay out series of points or of regular interval or kung anong interval man, depende sa inyo. So that kapag trace mo siya, kurbada siya. Kasi di ba pag dalawang point tapos trace mo yung dalawang point, that will become a line. And kapag tatlo, medyo nagkakaroon ng arc. So, the more na series ng points na pinaplot mo, the more na mas nagiging accurate yung simple curve na nilayout mo sa site. But, di ba, kapag greater accuracy, pero mas maraming oras yung gugugulin mo. Kasi di ba, set up ka ng, actually, dito ka lang naman magsiset up, depende sa'yo kung saan mo gusto mag-set up. Dalawang set-upan lang yan. Pero yung mga foresights and backsights, medyo marami-rami kung gusto maraming points ang malayout mo sa site for greater accuracy. Ayun nga, meron tayong dalawang method, method and the offset from the tangent method. So, suppose you want to lay out this point halimbawa, na-layout mo itong points na to and ang point na to yung kailangan mong i-plot sa site para nga matrace mo kung saan ba pupunta yung daan mo. Meron tayong two methods, which is the deflection angle method and the offset from the tangent method. So yung deflection just from the tangent line. So yung offset from the tangent naman, from the word offset from the tangent, meaning it is a linear measurement from the tangent, from the back tangent. So ayun, paano ka ba nag-layout sa site na merong angles with respect sa isang line? Meron tayong technique dyan, meron tayong ginagamit, nagiging off topic na tayo, but maganda siya, ma-apply nyo yung mga series ng napag-aralan nyo on the previous topics, previous subjects. Tapos, i-apply nyo na siya sa field. It's very exciting. Ayun. Yun nga, yung method number 1, which is the deflection angle, is using a deflection angle from the line of sight ng iyong back tangent. Siyempre, basically, offset or perpendicular distance from the line of sight netong back tangent. So, ayun. The deflection angle is LC arc length over LC sub u multiplied by I over 2. So, basically, this delta is an angular measurement. So, I think okay na yun for the supplement. Let's move on to sample problem number 1. So, drawing ko na dito for and for simplification. Distance from the tangent distance of a 3-degree simple curve is 1/2 of its radius. So, determine the angle of intersection I, determine long LC yung nomenclature natin dito. LC, L, tsaka malaking C. And determine the area of the fillet of the curve. So, pro tip sa pag-solve ng route surveying problem is to be systematic. What do I mean by being systematic? Guys, kapag nabasa nyo yung problem, hindi nyo kagad maiisip kung paano i-solve yung pinapahanap niya. Most of the time, ganun yung nagiging reaction natin. Paano ba hanapin to? So, paano ko ba iintindihin yung problem? It's better na i-read nyo siya sentence by sentence. Then, i-drawing nyo muna kung ano yung na-visualize nyo within your minds. Kasi dun sa visualizations, meron ka ng advantage. Mako-connect mo na yung mga binigay na details ng problem para mas solve mo yung pinapahanap niya. So first, being systematic. By being systematic means intindihin mo yung sinasabi ng problem sentence by sentence, then i-draw mo yung imagination mo. It's better na you have illustrations. Ang next pro tip ko dyan is isulat mo na kung ano yung pinapahanap and yung working equation to find that unknown. So, as we go by, ito na. Sabi doon, hanapin kasi yung angle of intersection I. So, hanapin yung long chord. Hanapin yung area ng fillet ng curve. So, di ba, halimbawa, drawing mo na. Ito yun. Which is also the central angle nung sample problem natin. Simple curve. And the long chord is the line distance or the linear distance from PC to PT. So, connect mo lang yung points na yan. That distance is the long chord. And the fillet of the curve, so explain ko. Yung fillet ng curve, ito, explain. Sa problem, the tangent distance of a 3-degree simple curve is 1/2 of its radius. So, anong connect nun? Di ba? Medyo magulo tayo. Paano ko makukuha yung I? Using tangent distance and 1/2 of its radius, 3-degree curve daw siya. So, ano ba natin masasolve yan? Alam natin na T is equals to R2. So, sinulat ko lang to out of nowhere kasi given siya ng problem. Pagkasulat ko sa kanya, bigla ako na-gets na, meron tayong formula na na-derive for the tangent distance, di ba? which is the back tangent and the forward tangent, since simple curves sila equal, or notated by T na is tangent of I over 2. Paano ko nga ulit nakuha yan? Suppose meron ako ditong triangle, di ba? Yung triangle ko. And ito ay 90 degrees yan, meaning right triangle to. Ito yung height at ito yung base, or kung depende sa ano niya, sa orientation. But tangent sa over 2. So katawa from trigonometry, the tangent angle of a right triangle is equals to the ratio of its opposite side over the adjacent side. So 1 is equals to T over R. So nirelate lang, inakyat yung R doon, napunta doon. So that T is equals to R tangent of I over 2. But wala rin akong I, di ba? Pasok ko yan ngayon dito. Kapag pinasok ko siya, erase ko lang yung ink, ang mangyayari, R over 2 is equals to T. Di ba? Tama. Is equals also dito. Di ba? Sa R tangent I over 2. So that R over 2 is also equal to R tangent I over 2. Relation that has common terms ng R and R, that yields to, makakancel yan. Diba? And yields to tangent I over 2, tan na lang, is equals to 1/2. Ayan, so tuloy ko lang solving for I, dahil meron kang one equation, one unknown, arc tangent over 2 is equals to 1/2. Wait, i-ano ko lang. Hindi kasi makikita yung calculator dito sa sheet. Teka. Stop ko lang yung sharing Ayan. Nakikita ba yung screen ko, guys?
Yes.
Lalabas ko kasi to. So sabi doon, tangent I over 2 is equals to 1/2. So i-rewrite as arc tangent of 1/2, that's 2 arc tangent of 1/2. That's 53.3 degrees, or 53 degrees 7 minutes 48.37 seconds. So for simplification purposes, I is equals to 53.13, and required siya ng problem, so dapat i-box natin siya. Store lang baka kasi gamitin on future tanong. So box natin yan. And okay na, meron ka ng, so check na natin yon. Check na, nakuha na natin yung I. Sabi naman dito, determine the length of the curve. Sorry, Concord. Sorry, this is supposed to be length ng curve. LC sub U. Curve siya. Determine the length of the curve, LC sub U. So meaning nun, yung buong arc to PT. So, alam natin na yung formula ng LCU, or the arc length from PC to PT, ay R times pi over 180. Similar to dun sa, kung maalala nyo na, length ng arc ng circle is equals to R times theta, where theta is Similar lang siya, yung R is also R pa rin. Yung I will be the central angle, nag-iba lang tayo ng notation, pero central pa rin doon. Na-derive naman na yan kanina. So, dahil nga wala tayong R, pero meron tayong I, which is solved earlier. Diba? You're being systematic. Paano ulit yung pagiging systematic? Intindihin mo maigi yung problem, sentence by sentence. You draw it so that you can have a proper illustration of what the problem is, kung ano yung problem. After mo na ma-assess and you're out of nowhere, gawa ka ng word map, and yung pinapahanap sa atin is LC sub U. So, sorry, I beg your pardon ulit. Yung kanina is length ng curve, hindi ng long chord. Length ng curve, sorry. Ano lang yung typo. Ayun. And dahil doon, na-assess mo na, meron akong I. Meron akong equation na merong two unknowns which is the LCU and the R. So, I'll solve for R first ngayon sa equation ito so that I can have one equation and one unknown. So, let's solve for R first. Using the arc basis, which is the 2 pi over the full rotation of the circle, which is 360 degrees, is equals to 20 over d, which is also given as the degree of the curve. Dahil nga, pag pala nagbigay si problem ng degree of curve, matik mo o si radius. Tama ka. But wala siyang binigay na basis kung arc basis ba or chord basis. So, nasabi ko rin kanina na ang default, sinabi si problem na chord basis ang gagamitin, matik, mag-arc basis tayo. Pero pag sinabi niya na chord basis, so therefore, we must use the chord basis. So, by using arc, natin to, 3/6 over pi d. Inakit ko lang naman yan. Then, syempre, cancel. That is 3,600 over pi. So, solve natin. That is 3,600 over pi. Sorry. Pi times d. What is d? That is given 3 degrees. Equate mo lang siya. R is 381.97. So, hindi pa ito yung final answer dahil ang pinapahanap is LC sub U, which is store natin si radius B constants or ng variables para hindi na tayo mahirapan mag-type mamaya. Kasi, di ba, ang pinaka practice is dapat mag-route final answer na. Hindi pa naman final answer to. So, you are obliged to, ayun nga, i-type yan mamaya into para maging accurate yung answers mo. So, i-store natin to sa B. And yung I natin pala is napunta sa A, right? So, salpak mo lang doon. LCU is R times I times pi over 180. So, that's R is B times pi over 180. So, equal yan sa 354.2. So, double check kung tama yung values ng B mo, which is also the R, and yung A mo, which is also the I. In-store mo lang naman siya. Press calc. Ba yan? Press calc. Tatanungin niya mo, 634, tama. And B is 50, A is 53 degrees, 7 minutes, 48.37 seconds. Tama din. So, wala kang problema. That's LCU, which is 354.2. And dahil nga pinapahanap yan sa problems, okay, length ng curve, LC sub U. Pinapahanap na sa atin next will be the area of the fillet of the curve. So, ano ba yung area ng fillet ng curve? Fillet. Wala tayong ma-recall. Ito. Dahil first time nyo ata na-encounter or not, siguro alam na. Ito yung which is the difference nung rhombus na na-create ng T, R, R, and T minus dun sa center ng circle. So, yan yung fillet ng curve. And ayun nga, naging systematic ka, inintindi mo yung problem, nag-drawing ka, formulation ng yung working equation. Natin si fillet ng curve. Gumawa lang ako ng imaginary line dyan for discussion purposes. Sabi ko dyan, area of the curve, which is the area required ng problem, is area ng hole minus area ng sector. Ano yung sinasabi kong hole? Ano yung sinasabi kong sector? Ang sinasabi kong hole dyan, itong rhombus na to. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung rhombus na yan is dalawang right triangle lang. Dalawang right triangle lang siya. Kasi right triangle to, right triangle lang din to. So, pwede mo magamit dyan yung twice ng 1/2 base times height. Basic. And, erase ko lang to. Area ng sector na sinasabi is, eto, yung area ng pitcha pie. Recall nyo sa geometry or sa geometry natin, geometry subject, yung area daw ng sector ng circle ay 1/2 r squared dito theta, where theta is in radians. Sorry. Ayan. Anyway, area ng sector is 1/2 r squared theta. So, kung ganun pala, r lang yung parameter and theta. And alam natin, kapag i-relay natin siya dito sa simple curves na topic natin, ang theta natin is in terms of I. Iba lang yung nomenclature or the notation. So, area which is ito, ay equal sa 2 times 1/2 base times height. Diba, area ng hole, yung rhombus, ay dalawa lang na right triangle. So, that's 1/2. So, D, ang height ko ay R. So, depende naman sa inyo yan. Kung base nyo ay R, and base nyo ay D, pares lang naman yan. Commutative property. So, twice. Don't forget the twice. Mamali kayo. Twice the area of the triangle. So, twice the 1/2 base times height. Minus 1/2 upward I in yan. Kasi nga, radians dapat. So, sabi natin dito, si T, kung maalala nyo si T, 1/2 daw ng radius. So, pwede natin yan i-diretso na sa calculator. Kasi meron na tayong R. Remember, R is T. And I is stored in A. So, clear out lang natin yung, ink. So, guys yung T is equals to 1/2 of its radius, given lang yun ang problem. Condition lang siya ng problem. Formulating the length of the tangent ng simple curve is equals to R tangent I over 2. Pag malito. Labas natin si calcu. Sabi natin si E, I star ay nasa B. So, double check. Tama. And si I or the central angle is nasa kay A, which is tama. So, pwede natin gamitin yon. 1/2 times T. What is T? That is 1/2 of R, diba? Times R ulit, which is nasa B, minus the 1/2 of squared is b squared multiplied by I. What is I? Alpha A. And don't forget that notation R na I raised to R. Kasi, so that you'll be reminded that I must be in radians. So, dahil yung I natin is in degrees, sorry. Pi over 180. So that radians. So that's it. The area of the fillet is 5303.904 for 904889 or approximately 03.9. Ito kasi ano ko pa siya. What's the essence of the simplification? May essence to. If ever man na gusto nyo i-double check yung answers nyo, mamaya simplify din. Ito yung isalpak nyo sa calcul nyo so that tumama tayo. Sabi doon, r squared over 2, 1 minus I. Din natin. So that's r squared over 2 multiplied by 1 minus I, which is alpha, multiplied by pi over 180. That's it. 5303.90489. So, regardless kung ito gamitin nyo or ito gamitin nyo, that's 5303.904. So, I want guys na computation nyo dito. If ever man na magpapasa kayo ng course requirement. So, we get it. Area of the fillet is 5303.9 square meters. So, ayun. Okay na. Na-solve na natin yung area ng fillet ng curve. So, proud. So, medyo papaspasan natin to. Problem. A simple curve connects two tangents, A and B, A, B, and BC. Best is 30 minutes east and south 68 degrees 30 minutes east, respectively. If the PI or the point of intersection is at stationing 4 plus 360.2 and PC is at STA 4 plus 288.4, solve for the following. The radius of the simple curve R, the external distance M, the long chord LC, the LCU or the length of the curve from PC to PT. Stationing ng PT and stationing ng PT. Yan lang yung pinapahanap. Ayun nga, being systematic, i-grasp mo muna kung ano ba yung pinapatanong ng problem by understanding it sentence by sentence. So, sabi doon, merong two tangents na A, B, and BC. So, A, B, and BC. Masasabi mo na si point B ay yung point of intersection kasi common siya on both lines that intersect each other. So, point of intersection yung B. So, ang malinaw lang dito ay yung B is the PI si point A, IC, PC, and si point C, ICPT. Medyo may reason kung i-assume that way, but it's not safe to assume that point A is the PC and point C is the PT. Bakit? The curve way and also this way and also that way. Diba? Maraming pwedeng point ng tangency ng curves. Anyway, clear. Yan. So, start by drawing. Yun nga, naintindi mo na yung pinapahanap ng problem. Next is you draw. Bearing niya ay north 85 degrees, 30 minutes east. So, from A to B, that's north 85 degrees, 30 minutes east. So, alam niyo naman na yan. And BC, from B to C, that's south 68 degrees, 30 minutes east. So, paano ko makukuha? Sige. Muna natin ni ano. Sabi doon, paano ko makukuha si radius ng simple curve? Ano ba ang radius ng simple curve? Wait. Diniscuss niya na kagad yung y. So, the radius of the simple curve is either given or solved. Walang degree ng curve, so hindi natin mahanap. Look tayo ng other given. So, look tayo ng ibang given. Nagamit na natin to. Nagamit na rin natin to. Ang hindi na lang natin nagagamit ay stationing PI at stationing ng PC. So, kung hindi nyo siya, may connection si PI. Ano yung connection ni PI at ni PC? So, kung si BI si PI, alam natin na yung stationing ni PC, if ever man nandito siya, si PC, alam natin na yung stationing ni PI is stationing ng PC, add mo yung tangent distance. Or vice versa. Kung gusto mong kunin yung stationing ni PC, kailangan mo speed the tangent para makuha mo si stationing ni PC. So, what does it suggest? Meron kang stationing ng PI. Meron kang stationing ng PC. Ibig sabihin nun, these distances, kapag kinuha mo yung difference niya, makukuha mo yung value ng that will tell So, ayun. Pag pinag-difference mo sila or pinag-subtract mo sila, makukuha mo yung value ng T. Kasi nga, di ba? Stationing ni PC. Stationing ni PC, dagdagan mo ng T. Stationing ni PI. And that T is naging related to R. T is equal to the R tangent of I over 2. But you have T by using these values. You have R, which is the unknown, pero wala ka pang I, di ba? So, kung nakita nyo, I is 26. Sabi dun sa next, I is 6. Yan. Paano naging I 26? Draw tayo ng line dito. Diba? Kapag nag-draw tayo ng line dyan, alam natin na itong tangent na to ay may inclination na 85 degrees, 30 minutes east. So this is this one. Tama? If that is true, then this one is straight line. So don't mind my drawing, straight line yan. The north and the south na pinagbe-basean natin ng bearings. So if that's the case, alam mo na ang line angle is 180. So subtract mo lang, paano lumabas yung 26? Saan yung calculate? 180 minus 85 degrees, 30 minutes, minus 68 degrees, 30 minutes. That's 26 degrees. Therefore, the angle of intersection of the two tangents is 26 degrees, which is also the central So, medyo maraming analysis ang nangyari. Hindi niyo siya makukuha at a time. Ay, hindi niyo siya talaga dine-develop siya. Hindi siya right away naiisip natin. Dine-develop siya. Paano siya ma-develop? Being systematic and solve ka lang ng solve ng problems. So, meron na tayong kuha natin si Tim, kuha natin si R using the I. Solve lang natin. Stationing ng PI is for 360.2 or 288.4. Natin yung calculate natin. Minus natin yan para makuha natin yung T. That's for 360.988.4. That's 359 over 5. So, i-store natin sa A. Baka magamit eh. 71.8. So, T, 71.8. And we know that T is equals to R tangent I over 2. So, dahil R yung unknown, ibaba natin itong tangent over tangent I over 2. And I is 26. T over tangent I over 2. Alam mo, and tangent 26 divided by 2. That's what? 310.9999678. So, 7 na siya. Pero store pa rin natin yan sa B. Mamaya gamitin natin yung values. R is 311. Ito na store sa next na pinapahanap is ano pala ito? Final answer pala ito. So that i-box natin. Solving for the external distance E. E is R secant I over 2 minus 1. So kung paano na-solve to, balikan nyo na lang yung distance. Yung R is using this triangle. So pwede mo to magamit itong triangle na to. Itong PI, PT, and this origin. Meron tong E. So that this is R plus E. And R naman to. And meron ka ditong angle na I over 2. Basically, makasolve mo siya. Madederive mo siya yung formula ng external distance. So, meron tayong R, meron tayong I. Rekta salpakan na to. Talpak na agad natin. Nilagyan natin sa B, tama. Times natin sa secant of I over 2. That's 1 over cosine, tama. That's 1 over cosine 26 so minus 1. That's 8.18. So, store natin yan sa C. Baka kailanganin. 8.18. E is 8.18. Ito nga pala yung illustration. E point ng curve from PC to PT up to the PI. That's the distance E or the external distance. So, 311 sec 26 over 2 minus 1. Tama ba? Yan. Kung may questions kayo sa utak nyo, kung tama ba yung natandaan nyo na 8.18 C, you can always recall the value of the kung saan nyo siya in-store, diba? C is 8.18. So, tama yung natandaan nyo. Yun yung essence kung bakit tayo nag-i-store ng values. Anyway, let's move on to the next na pinapahanap. Solving for middle ordinate times 1 minus cosine of I over 2. Na-solve naman na yan. And once again, M is this value, this distance. That is the midpoint of the long D arc from PC to PT. Clear lang natin yung inks. Basically, meron tayong R and I so that salpakan ng agad. That's B multiplied by the quantity 1 minus cosine of I over 2. And store natin sa D baka sakaling kailangan. 7.97 or 7.971. That's it. Box natin siya. Final answer. Yan, basic lang. Next na pinapahanap is solving for the value of the long chord, and the long chord is denoted by the formula LC, malaking L, malaking C is equal to sine of I over 2. So that's the LC is the linear distance from PC to PT, and we have R and we have also I. So talpakan na ulit natin. That's B. That's 2B multiplied by sine of I over 2. That's 139.9195. So 139.92. Store natin sa, anong E? Tama, E. Yes. 139.92. Diba? Recall. Yeah. Solving for the length of the curve from PC to PT, or the arc PC to PT, that's LC sub U is equals to R times I times pi over 180. Basically, we have called R is denoted by, or na-store natin sa value ng B, and si I is where? Actually, we haven't stored na whole number naman siya ng 26. Times natin sa pi divided by 180. That's 1 for 1.13. Store natin sa F. Pangkailanganan. So, box natin yung mga final answer. Don't forget to box your final answer. For the stationing, so sa doon pinapahanap yung stationing ni PT. Pero ang given ay PI at PC. So, you have two solutions here kasi. You can say that we can use stationing ng PC, add mo lang si value ng length ng chord, makuha mo na si stationing ng PT. Or kung gusto mo pahirapan yung sarili mo, you can use minus mo si T para mapunta yung stationing sa PC. Then, i-add mo yung curve length from PC to PT so that you can have this value na stationing niya. We crafted our working equation. Meron na tayo. Ginamit natin si PC. So, i-add na lang natin siya. Bakit? Stationing ni PC kasi is given. And LCU ay in-store natin. F. Ayan. So, our working equation will be 4288 plus 1 for 1.13, or basically 488.4 plus alpha F for the exact. So that's 4457 or 4429.53. 4429.53. That's our final answer. 4 plus 429.53. Inano ko lang yung kilometers. Nilabas ko lang. So I think that's the end, right? Thank you very much, guys, for listening. That's a tough one. So sana meron kayong napulot na today. So exactly 9 p.m. na. Thank you guys for attending again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.